I think I probably myself packed away maybe like 12 or 16 dumplings.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like. I was full, but I didn't get that. I just want to go to sleep full. You know what I mean?
These dumplings. First of all, it's a 300-year-old recipe, so I wonder if it's like a generational, they've just been. It was just perfectly portioned, and you could taste every flavor individually.
Yeah.
But also together. It was.
You don't know how to explain it.
It was a. It was like it was a. Yeah. It was a
Chinatown,
magical. I don't usually feel about like that about food, because like it really was like, it was like a religious experience.
Yeah,
you're
you
just like,
haven't lived the clothes flying off your body experience of great food.
okay, no. I mean, I'm saying it doesn't happen often.
I feel that.
You know, like this is like a. It was so good, like it's a core memory thing.
Yeah.
Like you know, like it's like
that
it's like
entire Chicago
immediate.
trip,
It's like
though.
burned into your.
We didn't eat bad food.
We got a shot. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up the place.
So
Go ahead. When we took the water taxi to Chinatown, we stayed Monday just to have some time to
yeah,
ourselves.
you guys took the water taxi. I wanted to
Oh
take
my
that.
God, yeah, it's killer. It's a beautiful. Someone recognized me on the water taxi.
That's
too.
cool as
I
fuck,
got
bro.
it. I got it. Okay, it's King Xiang Yuan. I'm gonna. It's 3 words. First word QING. Second word XIANG. Third word YUAN. King Xiang Yuan.
If you're ever in
Dumplings
Chicago,
in Chicago, Illinois. If you're there, if you live there, dude,
do it. I
did
did the lamb and
You did the lamb. Lamb was good.
Lamb and dill.
lemon dill. Yeah,
That's the best one.
Slap, bro.
That was
It
the
was
best
fucking
one.
ridiculous.
We tried all of them, and that was
So this was my first time trying lemon deal. I loved
Wagyu
it.
and something.
And then I had the Wagyu and coriander. I think Wagyu and coriander is my favorite
Oh,
one.
Wagyu.
Wagyu and coriander is
Yeah.
really good too.
So my personal story about this sloop dumplings was this is my second time going, and we went to Office Con, and it was like the last day we were supposed to go. Then it was either supposed to go to like a nice recognizable place to go eat, or versus the sloop dumplings. And I'm like, no, because I kind of wanted like a steak kind of a meal, right?
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to Gibson's or something like that, and they're like, no, we got to go get these soup dumplings. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling this. I go there and I'm like, I wasn't like physically showing my pity pouty, but inside I was like pity pouty. I was like, oh, these folks is gonna be ass. It ain't gonna be good. I don't care what they say, how good it is. I'm just gonna keep saying it's ass, bro. I had the first dumpling, and I don't care for dumplings because I had soup dumplings before. I heard the first bite. Like you just said, golly, orgasmic, core memory. And after
You'll be at half chub.
yeah. And my favorite thing, I think I did it for the last 3 dumplings that I ate, was I just closed my eyes and I ate that shit, and just like they let the juices squirt in your mouth and just feel like it was.
Dude, it's
good.
It's just so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's fuck. What did you say right before that?
Religious experience.
No.
Orgasmic.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's just like now that I go to Chicago, that's like one.
That-
I
we
think
ha-
I'm
I have to
gonna
stop by there.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So, this place is always packed. There's always like a waiting line. So obviously we had like wedding shit to do. So this is something that we were like trying to squeeze in.
Oh man.
And we were like, we'll just do it first thing in the morning.
Go on a Monday.
You know, we'll just be there right when they open, first thing in the morning. Surely, if there's a wait, it won't be as long. Still an hour wait. Like,
Yeah.
it was still
We got there.
still an hour wait. I think there was it's one of those places where they're never not busy. Like it's just a constant flow.
You didn't have to wait?
Hell no. Me and Bria got to
Really?
sit down right
I
away.
think it's on the weekend kind of a deal.
Yeah,
Then
I'm about to
maybe.
say, I'm pretty
Really?
Sure, like, yeah,
Because
go on a Monday, man.
no,
because
they
that
open.
was
Okay.
beautiful.
They open
Damn.
at 11.
Okay, maybe during like work hours then, but like yeah,
No, you
okay,
know what?
it
It
was a
was-
weekend.
It was Sunday. It was Sunday
Damn.
evening.
Well, fuck, we had to wait.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
had to
we
wait
had
a
like
lot.
low key. So like Kevin and all them got there early, and they got there right when they opened.
Yeah.
There was still a line outside, so they put their name in,
Bruh.
and then we're like, "Oh
That's
shit, we're
so
gonna be
good.
late. We're gonna miss our reservation." Bro, we get there, we still had to wait like 30 minutes extra, so we waited an hour,
Damn.
and we got
racism.
the 11.
I'm kidding.
And it sucks when you, like, all 3 of us have ADHD.
Yeah.
And one thing that happens is like when we like a food, we could eat that same food for like months.
Forever.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you know, and this is one of those foods where I'm like, I've been thinking about it since we've had it.
A soup
like,
dumpling diet, bro. It's damn near healthy. What
Is
what's
it?
wrong? I don't know
The
what's
carbs?
the
and dude,
negativity?
we ate so many of them, and it was like it was a hefty dumpling. Like
Yeah.
but like overall, it was a light meal. Like I didn't feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel
I
lethargic.
didn't feel over like it wasn't. Oh god, it was just.
I could have eaten 100 of them.
Steamed.
you know,
oh,
I
and
feel
get them
like I can
steamed.
too.
I kind of want to try a fried one, but I don't think they'd be. I think
Bro,
steamed.
fried must slap.
Dude,
Oh
What
my
did you
god,
have?
I had them steamed.
You had
too.
them steamed?
That's how we make them at home.
I mean, it'll have a crunchy texture to it, maybe, but I think steamed is the way to go because it's just like, I don't know. It's just God. Who did it? Who invented the soup
Asian
dumpling?
people.
Yeah, but
I'm
also
gonna-
why
I'm gonna-
like
I'm gonna
why
look that
why are fried dumplings more popular than steamed dumplings? Because my first time ever having steamed dumplings was
Because
at this
it's
restaurant.
more crunch.
I wonder if that's a Western thing because we just like fried
Yeah, we
shit.
fry the fuck.
I wonder if like fried dumplings is a thing in
Yeah.
is it
I
is
mean,
it
they-
is it
they-
Chinese?
They
I
still
don't
fry-
know.
They've been frying things forever.
Is it a Chinese delicacy, right? King.
I mean, yeah, I
King
think so.
Sheng?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, King Sheng.
And then
But still, you guys should definitely go to Chinatown and eat more of the food around. there, 'cause
Yeah, I actually
I'm
wanna-
going through all of Chinatown. I have to.
yeah, I felt like that was so good. There's this one thing that was called like it was just opening up called like Robot Ramen.
Yeah.
I wanted to
wanna
check
see
that.
it. I want to see what's going on in there.
There was also another place that was like you pay like $25 and all you can eat, but I feel like it's gonna be fire food.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chinatown was dope. I never like. I mean, the only two Chinatowns that I know of is the one in Chicago and the one in L.A. I personally think the one in L.A. is better, just because it's bigger and plus I like L.A.
Never been.
But the one in Chicago, it is just as good. And yeah, I still think about those soup dumplings now. I think that was my like. No offense to Rana, and no offense to everyone at the wedding event or anything like that. The wedding was beautiful, was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
The boat trip was everything, but like,
You're telling me the soup dumplings was the highlight? Guy, wait, how long have we been? Okay, 21 minutes we've been talking about these soup dumplings, okay?
Yeah,
you,
not a
you have
joke.
to understand. And I looked up, I was trying to look, okay, I don't know if I believe Google on this one because there's a lot of, I guess this is a controversial history of like who invented the soup dumpling.
Damn, that's
Because the
what split
restaurant
it.
we went to, they were like, it's a 300-year-old recipe. But here, okay, there's a bunch of like Chinese places and words that I'm going to butcher. So I'm going to try to give you like the long and short of it. It's debated, but most agree that they originated in a Shanghai suburb over 150 years ago.
Jesus. So how that?
According to legend, Huang Mingshan, the owner of the Ri Huashuan restaurant, accidentally created the dish in the 1870s while trying to surprise his guests.
That is cool.
He just
So-
overcooked some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
he accidentally boiled some water and some shit.
That's one theory,
He was probably
but
about to fry
but
some
like
dumplings and
there's
accidentally
I guess this is a controversial history. We
Oh,
don't
I
we,
would
we
love
don't
to
know.
find just an old Asian grandmother
Right?
that's just she's like, no, fuck the change. It's like, whoa,
Guys, I have an idea.
let's do it.
Pat. I know how we can go get those dumplings and turn the whole thing into a business expense. Okay? Podcast segment. Okay? We need to email that restaurant and we need to tell them we are so freaking impressed by your food that we want to come down there and record like a little documentary. We'll interview you guys. We want to know the history of soup
You gotta
dumplings.
know.
We're gonna have a plate and we'll fucking charge the business, dude.
Yeah, and
It's
they
content.
Will,
We'll
they'll
turn
be
it
able
into
to
content,
set,
baby.
Like the tone for what the answer is. Where did these dumplings start? And they're gonna be like, well, 300 years ago.
Yeah.
You're right. He just said 150, so they said 300.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, so
But-
clearly ours is older. Thanks.
We're
You're
talking about the
welcome,
soup
bitch.
dumplings, Marquetta. We're
The fall of the Soviet Union.
Right.
essentially it's apparently there's a controversial like start to the history. Like we don't know. Like nobody. It's like we made it. Now we made it.
Controversial?
You're right. Who started soup dumplings?
Oh.
In the sense that we don't
Some
really
grandma
know.
in China.
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
That's
We
what
gotta
I'm
find an old
saying.
Chinese
What do you
grandmother.
mean? Trademark didn't exist.
But we're talking about going back to that restaurant to have soup dumplings, but making it a podcast segment. That
Yeah.
maybe we take a like a not even a weekend trip. We can make it a 1-day trip.
Lunch?
There and back.
Not the normies fucking slurping ASMR dumplings.
Well, they weren't that slurpy.
ASMR.
No,
If you're not slurping, you're not doing it right.
yeah.
Giggity.
Okay. So I did feel because you're supposed to use a chopstick.
I did not use chopsticks.
I don't
You
know
need
how they
chopsticks?
do it.
I don't know how to use chopsticks.
No.
Savages.
I can use it for sushi, but for soup dumplings, like people were like picking it up and they put it on the soup thing.
It's the
And then-
same as sushi.
No, and then it's heavy.
Bro, it's hard.
It's heavier
It's
and it's
heavy.
jiggly wiggly, dude.
Yeah.
It's like
Sushi is jiggly and
I know.
wiggly.
No,
but-
it's not.
It'll
but,
damn
like,
near break
it's
apart.
a lot of it's a lot. So you know what?
You guys were so transfixed. I'm talking about dumplings. You didn't even introduce Teddy.
That's okay.
It's like,
They don't.
We're like,
I
hey,
know.
we'll get back to that. Sorry. Hey, everyone, Keddy's here.
Yeah,
Hi.
you know, Keddy.
Hey,
Um,
you should have came in with the Mickey hat on. We'd be like, "Who's that Pokemon?"
Oh my god.
Who's that Pokemon?
Listen, back to the dumplings.
But the facts of the matter are,
But yeah, it's a really good play. You know what? I'm gonna plan this segment. We're gonna make it happen, dude. We're going back for those dumplings. I'm gonna make it happen.
I also
So
do think
we'll make it an
that
after dark segment.
if it wasn't for Brie, I don't think I would have went to that Italian restaurant.
Oh, slap!
And
Yeah, I love it.
I low key don't care for Italian food because to me it all tastes the same. Or like I never had good Italian food. Like I'm
my
like
God.
homemade shit.
That's what's
Fair.
wrong with
But-
it.
That's fair. That's fair.
but,
You
like,
see, you gotta have the real.
The real like freshly made noodles at the store. Like bro, that no, I'm not like you guys know me. I'm not a fruity guy. I don't like fruits. I don't like my shit very weird. I just like basic shit.
Yeah,
But
rice and unseasoned
I know
turkey.
you ordered like the most experimental thing on
Right.
the menu. I was
Yeah.
shocked.
And it was so fucking good.
You
Like,
you
I could not explain how good it was.
you recently started cooking, which is like you've recently started like actually.
Using seasonings, yeah.
But like up until then, I feel like for a large portion of your life, you have voluntarily eaten prison food.
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
Just slamming ramen together.
Yeah, just
Ramen with the pack.
Yeah, my brother used to get mad at me when I would like make ground turkey at home. He's like, "Why don't you just even add some taco
Just
seasonings?" And like, I'm like, "Nah,
unseasoned.
bro. There's no reason to add taco seasoning."
you would do really well in Europe. You would have a good. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Elaborate.
I'm sorry. That's a broad stroke. You,
Whoa.
Just all of it.
Britain.
Excuse me, Italy is in Europe.
United Kingdom. You do well in the UK. Which okay, so I was watching this clip of these British people at a like American place like trying like food, and they're like, "This is incredible," and they're like, "We don't." So the reason they don't season
What?
their meat,
They claimed India.
no,
Their national dish is
that's
chicken
what
tikka.
makes it so funny. That's what makes it even funnier. They don't season
the
their
fuck?
meat because they leave it for the table. So like when it comes out,
Oh, hell
you can
no.
salt it to your liking.
Yeah.
But it's like you're supposed to cook with it. That's not. That's
Right,
not.
doesn't
You're
make
doing.
sense.
You need to soak the flavors up.
Yeah, you need to
You know-
marinate.
That's what's incredible about anybody that's ever taken over anything in history is they're always just dumb as fuck. Like how
Well, they
does it
always think
ever
they're
happen?
Superior.
How does it
Yeah.
ever
Superiority.
happen?
I want to know who started.
These
what
motherfuckers
food.
can't season their food and they took over almost the whole world. I don't
Who
get it.
was the yeah?
Like I don't
And
get
really,
it.
a lot of
How
wars were
did
fought over like spices and seasoning and shit because it was like, yo, if I don't smell that on my food, I'm going to kill something because I can't go back. Don't understand.
So, Ketty, you haven't missed anything. We've been talking about soup dumplings for
And-
20
and also
27
the Italian.
27 minutes.
And
I
it's
really
been-
feel like
and
we
you know
can
what?
round out this last 2.5 minutes about food from Chicago.
And
Yeah.
if you think we've
We really
overhyped
wanted
it, call me after you've had
Yeah.
it. Call me
Right,
after
but you
you've had
won't.
it. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
dox
well-
myself.
Sure won't. just put my number on the internet right now.
I had a different culinary experience.
Oh yeah,
in
tell us about you had
I had the jiggliest pancakes in my entire life.
Jiggly is what is that?
souffle
Dude,
They
some
were
souffle
big, thick
pancakes.
Yeah.
boys.
Souffle
Yeah,
pancakes.
so they are traditional Japanese souffle pancakes. They are very like if you shake the plate, they're just like shaking.
So like Jell-O?
But
Oh.
they're not Jello. They're souffle.
I don't know what souffle is.
It's
It's
like,
like
an airy. It's like an
very-
airy kind of fluffy.
Have you ever like whipped egg whites
Yeah.
and they're like really
Yeah,
turned
yeah.
into like silky kind
Yeah.
of texture? That's like base for the
Oh,
souffle.
okay.
And so when you cook them, they are like really airy, and that's what makes them jiggly.
So it's nice and light, not as like buttermilk. I don't
Well,
like
that's
buttermilk.
what I okay.
Jiggly wigglies.
I thought they are very light, right? Like I was just like, this is mostly I'm eating egg, right? So I was just like, should I get 2 orders? I was like, I'm not gonna pig out. I'm just gonna get 1 order. I'm eating like the third there was 3 pancakes. I'm eating the third, and I'm like, I'm fucking full because it's still eggs, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
fluffed up. But
Damn.
I still ate like 4 eggs, and I'm like, oh god damn it.
I always make that mistake when I boil eggs because it just looks smaller. So I'm like, I could smash like 4 of these.
But it was
Where-
amazing. You guys should go.
where
next
was it?
time.
Yeah.
It was really close to our hotel. We walked to it.
Do you
Oh.
remember the name?
Yeah. Do you know?
Or shout out some Chicago places.
Jiggly Pancake
Let me
House.
find it. Also, they open at 10 a.m. and they literally start by sitting on like guides for a line to form because
Damn.
the place is really small, and you're basically just supposed to kind of like it's not like a hangout brunch spot. You're supposed to order
Eat
your
and get the fuck
pancake,
out.
sit down, eat it, and leave,
Oh, they
so
got
that
a
other people
clock
can.
on you.
Yeah, and yeah.
All right.
Let me find the spot
Before
name.
you go, I just want to let the audience. We are going to do an advice segment. However, we're not going to look up our own advice segment. So if you guys need any advice help, write in the chat and we'll go over it.
Let me see if I can think of. Do we have any advice? Maybe we could ask advice. Some
I-
relatable,
anything we
some
help 'em.
relatable advice.
Hanabusa Cafe.
Hanabusa. That's cool as fuck.
Hey. And what was the name of the Italian restaurant we went to?
Kanto?
Encanto.
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 Bro, that
Oh
shit.
my
Oof, I'm going back there too.
God. Yes. It was incredibly expensive, but absolutely worth every goddamn penny.
Bro, I stayed in the in a hostel, and right next to us was a spot called Pizzeria Uno. And then like eyesight, I'm seeing a next block Pizzeria Duo. And,
Uno Duo.
and it's the same fucking company,
Bro,
same owner.
they're like
I was
Starbucks.
this is amazing.
Dude, Chicago. Oh, okay.
Chris?
What do you want,
Chris
Chris?
is-
What do you
Shit's
want,
at-
Chris? What is your? I can't even read
Every
this.
time I go to
I'm
Chicago,
gonna
while you guys look
look
up his
at
advice, every time I go to Chicago, I really love Chicago.
I do too.
It's like
I will move.
it's a big city, but it's still like spaced out enough that you could get away with a car there. You don't need it because
Yeah.
they have excellent public transportation.
Yeah.
Also, it's like it's fucking expensive,
It's
but
expensive.
but
I feel like there might be because
It's
we
beautiful.
did expensive things.
Riverwalk, dude.
Yeah.
dude,
That shit's
I
expensive.
spent a lot of time on Riverwalk, like
it was okay.
even on the river. Just
So
taxi
I
is
thought this
fire.
was a Chicago issue. So like Chicago's legal now. So when in Rome, your boy hit the sandwich shop.
It's
Foot
so
longs all
expensive
day.
in Illinois, though.
Oh
It's
yeah,
kind of
no, I will.
obnoxious.
Yeah,
I, don't
I
know,
will
man, I
never.
found like $40.
I just needed a little sandwich for the weekend. You know what I mean?
They must have just fucked with us. Like,
I just
Yeah.
I just need a little pocket sandwich for the weekend. No, those prices are
mean-
not worth it. Don't. Yeah, I wouldn't shop there.
We
but
were just in Michigan, which is literally next door, and the prices are like drastically
Yeah.
lower.
They're like Colorado
Yeah.
prices.
But anyways, after I felt horrible about the money I spent at the sandwich shop because I was like, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. So I was like, to offset this, I'm gonna walk back to the hotel. And I looked it up.
yeah, that works.
God.
Take
That's
the
how it works.
train.
No. I also kind of like to be impromptu. I was like, how often am I in Chicago? I'll just have a, like what?
Yeah.
Because if I take the Uber back to the hotel, I'm just gonna like lay in bed and doom scroll.
10
So I was
miles later.
like, yeah. So it was a 1 hour walk. It was look, no.
Fuck.
No. I loved it. Like
Yeah.
it was a great walk. I was walking through the city. I eventually hit Millennium Park, and I went from basically one end of Millennium Park to the other.
Same.
And by the time I got to Millennium Park, when you play The Last of Us and you can see your objective like out in the distance.
Yeah.
I was like, this
It's like,
feel-
oh, that's where I gotta go.
this feels like a video game now. So
Oh
what's
my
weird is
God.
when I was okay. What's weird is when I was super far away from the hotel, the building looked close. I was like, okay, I'm almost there. But then the closer I got, it seemed to get further away.
because you're going down first and then you
Yeah.
gotta go-
This is-
It went
this is
further
the,
away.
Americans discover walkability.
Yeah.
So cute.
But also, I went one block over extra because we were right by the lake. So I was like, if I'm gonna walk, I
Yeah,
might
by
as
the
well have
water.
a view. So there was like a 20-minute stretch where I'm like, right next to the lake. It was great. I had a great walk. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But the problem is the air quality has been horrific. It's been
Yeah.
horrific in
It's been
Chicago,
bad.
but here too.
Mhm.
Like driving into
It's
downtown.
worse here.
Yeah,
It
you
is worse
you can
here.
visibly see it driving into downtown. So I totally forgot about that, and so that walk that's why I've been coughing so much over these past few days because
Mhm.
I thought I was sick, but like I didn't have a fever, I didn't feel sick, but I was
Mhm.
coughing like I was sick,
Yeah.
and then I remembered I breathed shitty ass air for like a whole
Yeah.
ass. And it's bad here too because it's been affecting me. I've been coughing a lot over these past few days, but it was a great walk,
I love it.
Yeah.
I forget how long.
and I had
me
my
and Bria
sandwich with
walked,
me,
but
so it was a great walk.
It was like 13 to 15 miles or something like that. I know it was an odd number.
Jesus.
Close to 14.
It's hot
Um,
weather too.
And it was beautiful. Like we hit Millennium Park. We went up and down the pier. We came back around, just kind of walked through the middle of the city, walked around the river area, got to Chinatown, walked around Chinatown for a bit. After the water taxi and all that jazz. Like, dude, Chicago's a lot of fun.
There-
Definitely going back a
Yeah.
lot.
There was this one statue in Millennium Park that I had not seen yet, and it's like a
Is it
bu-
the one that looks like Daniel Craig?
No. It's a bunch of like walking figures that don't have heads. They're just like abstract walking figures, and you can walk in between them. And I thought I was like an Attack on Titan. Like I recorded it a little bit because they're really tall, and there's like at least 50 to 100 of them, and the whole thing is like one sculpture, and it was pretty cool. I saw parts of the park because we always go to the Bean. You know, like and so like it was cool walking the whole length of the
whole
park.
is awesome.
Yeah,
And
dude.
it's huge.
And there was this really cool moment where I was like walking through this like kind of it's hard to explain, but there was this like really beautiful vista of these like trees and this like tunnel made of like trees, and I was like, dude, this would be an excellent photography spot. And then like just then I see somebody doing wedding pictures right in that spot, and I was like, hell yeah, I know what I'm I was like, I know what I'm talking
shit.
about.
Still got
Hell
the
yeah.
eye,
Yeah.
baby.
Did you guys
Still got it.
use the train at all?
No.
No,
I
didn't do the
Ubered.
train.
You know, we're so used.
I walked everywhere, legit.
Here's the thing: we're so used to not having good public transportation that
Yeah.
even when it's available, I just
don't
don't.
use
I
it.
don't
I don't
even
do
think
this.
about it. I just
This
don't
is
even
why
think.
you need to train yourself.
I don't even think about it,
And
dude.
honestly, it is so easy. You just need to, if you have like a Google Wallet or Apple Pay, just get the transit pass on it, put $10 on it, you're good.
But how do you
Good
know
for
where
the
to
day.
go?
Low-key, I wanna
Because
move to
there's
Chicago.
maps
I
everywhere.
kinda
If
wanna
you
move
go
to
to
Your
Chicago.
Google
Map-
Maps will tell
you
you.
use Google Maps, and instead of driving, you set to
Train.
public transit.
Yeah.
It will find the routes for you. It
Yeah,
will
it'll
find
tell
the
you.
times, the schedule, where on the map it goes. What is your stop?
That is
you
my
get
biggest
off.
fear, because not knowing where to go. So
It-
I don't even think about
Bro,
it.
Google Maps
Now, with
like
Google
legit.
Maps with like a smartphone in your pocket, it is like you will not get lost.
That's how we found the water taxi. Like it, cause there's two separate ones to go to. One of them doesn't go to Chinatown apparently, and it was like this one was
Yeah.
take it to Chinatown.
It's kind of like a I don't know, like a treasure hunt almost. It's
It's
kind
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Maybe next time when I go to Chicago, I'll do more
I
public transit.
strongly encourage you guys to support the city and their public transit by
Yeah.
purchasing their $10 pass.
I will. I just, again, I have anxiety of like not knowing where to go or where not. I don't want to be stuck on the train or just keep going on the train round and round.
You just gotta look at the maps, dude. If you can,
Yeah,
you drive and you follow road signs, bro.
But
Same
my GPS tells me where
I mean, your GPS on your phone now
will
accounts for,
tell you which.
it accounts for subways also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tells
Okay.
you where to
Yes.
get off, get on the
Yeah,
train.
it
and all
accounts
that.
for subways.
Bet,
There's a
Speaking of
subway- there's a
anxiety,
subway.
I'm trying to get out of this habit. Like I said, someone recognized me when we were on the water taxi, and like I saw him looking at me for a second,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm immediately just like, "What the fuck's this dude want, man?" Like, I'm thinking something's gonna happen for some reason.
It's never not strange.
Yeah, and like so there's certain like people that like wrestle or fight will or like people who get hit in the head a lot sometimes will have what's called cauliflower ear. And so I look and I notice he's got a little bit of cauliflower ear. It's not a bad thing, but it's just
Yeah,
like, that's something that I recognize.
yeah.
Or like rugby players and shit.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, this dude fights and he's gonna want to fucking fight me for some fucking everywhere I go. Someone wants to goddamn fight me. And he pulls up his phone and shows me my Instagram. And I was like, oh, I was like, yeah, what's up? His name's Ben. Ben was awesome. What's up?
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I need to get out of that habit though. I'm
Nah,
always
I
just like,
mean,
what the fuck
it's-
do you
it's-
want?
I don't think
I feel the
that's a-
same way too. Like when somebody's staring at you,
I don't think
you
that's a
don't
bad
know.
habit.
You know, you're just on tense. That's not a big deal at all.
Yeah.
Chris had a question, an advice.
Well-
What do you
Advice.
want, Chris?
Chris-
He was asking how not
Chris
to sweat.
has very
want
His
Chris.
question is how not to sweat when you are in the tropical island.
You could try not stressing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drink a lot of alcohol.
Spray deodorant
oof.
your entire body.
The smell of sweat after alcohol is a different kind of
It's
smell.
the
Limit
worst.
your screen time and be in the moment.
Yeah,
of
you
where-
could try getting the fuck off your phone.
And be in the fucking pool. You in DR.
Get
You're
in
in
the
the
ocean.
You're in the DR, bro. You
What
should
are
be DRing it up,
Deering.
dude. We call it the DR now, Marquetta.
Yeah,
Apparently,
we're hip.
Dominican Republic.
the DR.
We miss you,
dude.
Chris.
The DR.
But also, spray deodorant your whole body.
Okay, here's how you use. Okay, you can get your sweat glands removed.
What?
Could do that, or you could tattoo them apparently, and maybe that helps or
Let's
something.
Not,
Tattoo your armpits.
How do they remove sweat glands? Like from your armpits?
It's
I'm
not
not
a good
gonna
thing
pretend
to
I
do.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't
it
want to do that.
exists for a
yeah,
reason.
it's not a thing you want to do.
Yeah.
I would will have to do that.
No.
Wait, do you know what
You
happens if you don't
don't
sweat?
want
That
it.
stuff
If you
just
want a
stays in
miserable
there.
life, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to have a
I get hot really quick, so if it helps.
yeah, that's
sweat
what
helps
sweating's
to help you
for.
not do that.
That's what
Yeah.
sweating's for.
You're gonna be burping.
Well, so if I don't take these glands off, would it not be
sweating.
cooler?
No.
Oh, never mind then.
No.
Like
Completely the opposite.
emphatically not.
What do I got to do so I'm not as always hot?
Bro, Dress cooler, drink more
Deodorant.
cold water, deodorant.
And also just, be thankful that your body works as it should.
Yeah, chew winter fresh gum.
She would have first go. All right. Well, is that the only advice that we have? Because I'll move on to the next topic. I just
Damn,
have.
he said he's in the pool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you still
Don't drop the phone now.
He ain't about that life.
Back to the pool.
No, man, he's got a Samsung.
Why don't you
so
rub
it's
it
waterproof.
in?
Okay.
Right.
I was trying to.
Yeah.
I guess that's all the advice.
Oh, hold up. We really didn't even. We talked about all the food places, public transportation. We didn't even talk anything about Rona's wedding.
Ooh,
Oh, the wedding was
hold on,
amazing.
Hold on. Can I just say one
Yeah.
more
Well,
thing before this?
Yeah, go for it.
I thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Go ahead.
So me and Chris and Navi went to Taste of Chicago,
What?
which is a food festival that happens in like different locations until like the last one, which is like the biggest one. So we went to one of the smaller ones. It was an hour away by the train, so we took an hour-long train all the way up north to the suburbs. And it was really cool. And I expected like caramel style, kind of environment. It was like Fountain Square on steroids,
That's
Nice.
cool.
which I was just like, huh, North Side don't look always the same, huh? and then it was really nice because they had like a Taste of Chicago, right? So it's supposed to be like samples of different things, and it was exactly that. I remember one time I went to similar thing here, and they only had like full like entree for like $18 in all the stands, and I'm like, how am I supposed to taste anything? Like I'm
Right.
gonna order one thing and leave, But they had like a $5 small bites. So I went from like one place to the next, and I tried so many different things. And the best part is they served it on like these like tiny paper plates. It wasn't plastic. The one thing that I ordered came with a sauce, and there wasn't like a little plastic cup for sauce. It was just like this guy had like a big tub of sauce. It was like, okay, so just put however much sauce you want on this. I literally almost cried. I was like, this is the best thing ever. Like, you can make events, environmentally friendly and make them fucking,
Yeah. Oh my God.
so that there is not so much fucking waste. Every time I go to any festival or like anything, any event here, concert, whatever, I immediately get anxious just like with the sheer amount of trash around me that I know is not getting recycled. I mean, recycling also is stupid, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the little things, paper plates,
Yeah.
and then fucking put the sauce on it. Like, you don't need the fucking extra container for this
Yeah.
shit. I don't know. It just made me really happy. And I'm just like, why is this not a thing? Why is this not the standard? Why is this like a thing that I notice as like out of the ordinary?
I've noticed it become. I mean, it's better than it used to be, but yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know. Maybe there's maybe there's a whoever owns the plastic cup company. They're like
Little-
lobbying. In
They
the
are.
government.
They 100%
Oh, yeah.
solo. 100%
Absolutely.
lobbying.
Right. Solo.
Solo lobbyists, bro.
No one's gonna buy these red cups forever. We need to get the small ketchup packs.
it's I mean, plastic is made out of fossil fuels.
Holy shit! Skit idea. We do a college party sequence, but it's environmentally friendly.
Environment.
All right.
That'd be exciting.
Environmentally friendly
It's
beer
damn near Gen
pong.
Z.
Environmentally friendly, like I don't know what are other like
There's
shotguns.
just broken glass shattered everywhere.
Yo, oh no,
Very
when
good
we
joke for just hosting that frat.
when we were walking around the city, we also just ran into like a block party to where they had like maybe 6 or 7 blocks just locked off, and it was just lined with vendors and different shit going on. Like people were doing live
So
music.
yeah,
there was a
we're
lot of
gonna
food.
move.
Like
We're gonna move to Chicago.
Yeah,
dude.
bro,
I
it's-
think
See,
I'm gonna
it
try
made
to.
sense.
I will
I'm
say
gonna,
this.
I'm gonna sincerely think about it and be like, can I squeeze this into like a 5-year plan?
I do
that's
believe.
that's a healthy
That-
amount of time to plan that, right?
I love Chicago and I love everything about it, but I don't know if I could live there. There's traffic. There is are ridiculous. Just
I'm
to
not
go a
driving
couple
as
miles
much.
is 20 minutes,
But
man.
they have public
Mhm.
transportation, and it's not grody
Yeah.
like New
Mhm.
York. It's not like
Come on, New York public transportation is fine too. Honestly,
no,
But-
it's fine, but it's grody. It's like
So
any
it's
ugh.
city with public
you
transportation.
you
It's
walk
dirty.
into a New
my
York
vote.
subway and
dirty,
you're just
okay.
like, ugh.
Smells like someone had sex in the back.
There's piss
Um,
puddles everywhere, man. Like
To your point though, like the traffic was literally not real. Like I don't know if people don't know that cars can hit them or not.
Yeah.
But people were just walking in front of cars
Dude,
at
I'm
the crosswalk.
walking
But,
here.
right, like before the light and everything.
That's kind of what I love about city living is like it
Stand your toes.
it that and it instills a aggressiveness in you to be like, sorry, if you want to hit me, if you want to hit
Yeah.
me, go ahead.
All the cars drive as if you're supposed to follow the rules while they cut in front of you. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm going, you have to stop. So unless
Yeah.
you want to hit me,
You know,
yeah, it's fucking real.
I'd rather be in a piss-covered subway than fucking in the middle of the Fisher's highway construction.
God.
Yeah.
That is why our fucking
Well-
air is so bad right now.
Yeah. But once
Yeah.
they get done, that shit's gonna be
It's gonna
lit.
slap.
Right, like they have to
Excuse
do
me,
this.
Which
gonna kinda
part
slap.
exactly is
All
gonna
of
slap?
it. They're
one
doing the
extra lane
entire
they are
state
adding-
right now.
Do you
Look.
do you know
We're putting whole new
that
highways.
Houston's highway went this way multiple years in a row by adding one lane at a time?
and now it's
Do
ridiculous.
you know
Now
that
it's
adding a
ridiculous.
lane to a highway does
How many
not
years?
solve?
But yeah, why not?
It does not solve anything because at the end of the day, they still merge into like a lower
It's-
amount of lanes.
That's
It's
why we
big-
built whole new
creates-
highways.
It's big
more
vehicle. Yeah, dude. No, honestly,
congestion.
there's some dumb fucking forks. Like after, okay, when you're on 70 West, and you can keep going on 70 West, or you can get off on Michigan. That new fork that they created is
So
so
either
sudden.
go to like
It's
Meridian.
so
no.
sudden and sharp. There are some really dumb, like city planning decisions in certain areas where you're like, wow, this is a very sudden thing. You're asking me to pay attention. like, like what are we doing here? But no, I mean, you know, I wish we had better public transport, but Chicago, like the traffic's bad, but like it's a city experience where it doesn't feel overwhelming, but there's
Mhm.
still so much to do. I really like Chicago, dude. I think
Yeah.
I
Has
wanna-
anyone
I think
ever
I wanna
used our
move here.
trains here in the city?
Do we even
We have
have
trains.
trains?
We don't
trains?
have
Yeah.
trains.
Yes, we do.
We have buses
We have a
We
fucking
have a train downtown. Like,
Okay,
it
train
stays
that-
downtown.
that goes
oh,
through the
that,
city.
oh,
Yeah,
the
it goes
little,
through the city,
the
yeah.
little. That's not a train.
What is
Is it?
that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what
That's
it is
not-
because I've
it's
never been
fucking
on it either.
tourist
It's a monorail. I thought that was just for IUPUI.
Is that what that thing is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
was like,
that
because I've
just
seen
goes-
the track up there,
it
but I've
just
actually
goes-
never seen it go by.
It goes between Methodist and IU Hospital.
That
The only train I know that like works is the one that goes from like Carmel to the zoo. Apparently,
That is
and
cool.
It's not all the time. It's only like seasonal, like during the summer.
there used to be a train that could take you to the
State Fairgrounds from
State
here.
Fair,
Yeah, that
but,
was dope.
but
as
that
fuck.
closed. No, dude, that
R.I.P..
monorail. I thought that was just for IUPUI.
I have no idea. I've never seen it move.
I don't know what
like,
it's for. I've never been on it.
The one in
It's
Chicago
like-
goes by so often. I thought that train was a paid actor. Like you're just always there. Every scene, I was just
Paid
like, God damn, this
actor.
thing's moving.
So funny.
Oh man, so yeah, we had a good time in Chicago. Yeah, Rana's wedding. I thought we were just.
Yeah.
I mean, she's never gonna be here on this podcast, but I figured maybe she'd want to talk about it. I guess we could
It was
talk
great.
about
It was a lot of
it.
fun. I do regret
We can
that
talk
I
about it from our
realized I
experience.
didn't really talk too much of Tom's family. I don't have
Yeah.
pictures with Rana or Tom. Like we was,
I
I
have-
was
I have a
just
picture
there.
with Rana,
They
that's
were
it.
super busy.
Yeah, they
Like,
were.
Yeah.
And the way the wedding was set up, like it was all very kind of sudden. Like it was on a boat, so it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
kinda-
It wasn't like a typical wedding.
Yeah.
The
Eh.
boat ride was cool.
And
It
we
was
were
beautiful.
getting crunk.
Mm.
Just being at night on top of the double
Yeah.
decker, just seeing the buildings with lights and everything.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that was sick. And then we
Yeah.
get the fireworks at the end. I have a rant. I don't know if we're talking about Chicago too much, but I do have a rant about Chicago. There's one thing that I severely don't understand about Chicago.
Yeah.
But let's finish with the.
Oh,
with
I was
the-
just having the view of going like to me because I'm not cultured, and so I've not been to Italy, you know.
You've
And
not been to Italy?
no, I've not been to
You're
Italy.
okay. Let's
Oh,
say
me
you're
neither.
about to. You're
Yeah,
about
like,
to.
you know how
You're
like,
about
they,
to-
there's a boat and you like you sit in there and then, like you go through like the
A gondola.
gondola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I
Through
was
a
on the boat,
canal.
I thought I was in the gondola, but in Chicago, and like
They probably have gondolas too.
I was like, oh my god, look at all these buildings light up. I'm like in the city with the water going. This is
We were in fact on a yacht.
I mean,
Pat was drink.
Yeah, it was
I mean, look,
drink.
I mean, Chicago is
Little Italy.
famously known as America's Italy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we got.
You know, that
Oh,
is
so funny.
Riverwalk is exactly like Venice.
I thought that was the coolest fucking thing
So,
for me.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a really awesome wedding. Yeah, the canal trip was, and the open bar, they were really really trying to get us drunk, dude. It
Dude.
was
Yeah,
great.
Must be nice.
Also,
I
felt bad
asked
for
the
can
man.
we?
I asked him if I could have a double, and he just shrugged and kept pouring. Like I was like, okay, let's go.
And also, shout out to Sean Tank Top.
Yeah.
From
Hey.
Burlington Bar. He was the secret DJ,
He was slapping.
and he was killing it. But we
Yeah.
also feel bad because he had I was about to call it a minor mishap, but it's a pretty major mishap.
What happened?
His lights fell in the water, and I think one of his speakers fell in the water.
Oh,
Yeah,
what? I
yeah,
didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, so he lost some equipment to the
Damn.
river walk.
Charge it to the game, my boy.
It was on
Unfortunately,
the lake. It was like the last part when the fireworks were finished.
that
and we
really
were heading
sucks.
back.
How
Did
how
someone
like,
knock it in, or
yeah,
was it
I
just
bet.
in the boat?
The wind knocked it off.
Oh,
It was
that sucks.
kind of wavy because we were on a lake,
Yeah.
and so it started to get a little unstable. And then at some point, the wind just blew it off.
Damn.
It can if you hit the right wind tunnel from one of the it can. But but he was killing it, dude. He's actually a really good DJ. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's great.
I didn't know that part of his life. I didn't know he DJ'd like
He
that.
used to live stream, DJ sets.
I forget every time
I've never
me and
caught
Sean
one, but
Tank
yeah,
Top
he
meet.
did a really good job.
Like,
but
we're always
yeah.
fucked up in some
Rip
way.
to the equipment, dude.
Same here.
Dude, it sucks because one time I was doing a wedding photography gig, and like I was moving really fast, and you have to swap lenses. This is when I only had one camera. Like the reason photographers carry multiple cameras is they have a different lens on each one, so
Yeah.
you don't have to like do all that shit. But in the beginning days, I swapped lens and I put it in my pocket, and I was running to the next thing, and it just fell and just.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I really needed that lens.
That's
That's kind of a crucial lens. It was my wide angle lens to get like the big family pictures, and I was like, well, we're gonna have to adjust.
Far away. Take
No,
this
no,
picture.
it's not a big deal. I was
Right,
no
no
I'm not
problem.
panicking. It's fine.
these are tears of joy.
Your pictures are gonna be fine. It's fine. You're in good hands.
You're in good hands. I'm Allstate, baby.
So I know the pain of like being on a gig and losing your equipment and like dying inside, but you have to be like, no, it's fine. You're
just keeps fish pumping.
okay. Yeah, just
Yeah, I believe that. But it was a nice wedding. It
Mhm.
just it was like really fast.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why I think we didn't have a lot of time to mingle because it was like super fast. It was
it felt like a very rushed wedding. Like usually I don't know. It's like a day, right? At least.
Yeah.
If
Well, 'cause
not,
they
if not
did-
more for you guys.
yeah.
And
For
really,
us,
we
yeah.
keep saying wedding. We
Every,
really went. We
every
went to the
wedding
reception.
outside of an Indian wedding feels like a speed run.
Yeah. So in Czech, it's usually like a day when the ceremony happens like early during the day, like 10 or 11, and then you go to whatever the reception is happening or the party, and you have lunch and then you hang out and literally until nighttime you have dinner and you fucking party. It's like a whole day event, and I mean we came into the wedding with knowing it's just gonna be 3 hours or 4 hours on a
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah, but yeah,
And
so like it wasn't.
it was awesome, and honestly, I don't think I could handle even more than that in my
Yeah.
state
Yeah.
because towards the end I was just fucking cranky and I just
Yeah.
wanted to be home.
Oh yeah, you had to be
you
sober.
And you
Hey.
can, you had to be sober. How
I was
do you
in
deal with that?
So much fucking
It
pain.
can't be that bad.
Honestly, everybody was like a very funny drunk, like not annoying.
It's nice to be an adult and drinking around adults because
Yeah.
everybody's like, I have work tomorrow. Like,
Yeah,
I know,
Exactly.
I will not have that next shot.
I
You know,
didn't-
like everybody knows their limit. Like
Yeah.
it's good chill
Yeah.
vibes.
Usually I don't do well in a situation where I'm like the only sober person. But it was fine. I had fun regardless, of not drinking. But there was like periods of time where I felt claustrophobic on the boat because
Yeah.
there was a lot of people on the boat,
Yeah.
and like I tried to go to like where people were dancing, and I immediately got elbowed in the stomach, and I'm like,
Oop.
No.
that's about that for me.
Baby's first rave.
Yeah, the boat was deceptive because we were downstairs for a while, and I was looking around. I was like, "There's like barely anybody here." I'm
You
like,
go upstairs and
Where's
it's
everybody?"
packed.
Yeah, and then you go upstairs. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Chicago,
Yeah.
right,
everybody
right."
Yeah.
I
And
spent a lot of time
I went
at the-
downstairs. I was like, "You guys gotta,
You guys gotta go up there.
There was a moment where it's very sitcom-y, and I was sitting in like the front of the boat. I think I was probably lighting my sandwich, and
Yeah,
all of a
Good
sudden,
sandwiches.
like the normies start pouring in, like just one by one. Every like minute, it's like a new introduction happened, and then the crowd does the laugh, and it's like, "Hey, it's you!" But like it was great. It was hilarious. I was like, "How do we always do this?" Right?
Transition jazz.
Well, I'm going to do a quick transition. So this Sunday, well, actually for the next few Sundays, we're going to have an epic Sunday live stream for all y'all. Yeah, we're going to start at 7:30, right?
6:15.
6:15. Sorry, 6:15. We're going to watch a couple animes before we
PM, right?
PM.
Yeah. What do you think we are? Have you met us?
Bro, I'm not waking up at 6:15 in the morning, man, on a Sunday.
See, and that's the problem. You would have had to be here at 6:15, so that means we know you're already late.
Yeah, 6:15 p.m.
Yeah, 6:15 p.m. We're gonna start off with My Hero Academia,
Yeah.
Oh.
and then with MHN. I mean, not sorry.
Demons?
Demon Slayer,
Nice.
Hot dang.
and then Hot D.
Hot
Kill it with a
diggity
banger.
dog.
Hot D.
All of them live?
All
All
live.
three live?
All
Okay.
three live.
Okay.
So,
These like an
Yeah.
hour long. You guys gonna be here till about 9 o'clock.
oh, we gonna be here longer than that. They don't start till 9 o'clock.
Hadi is stressing the fuck out of me.
Why?
Because of time, or just is it weird?
No, just because of the fucking story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't started it back up again. I haven't been seeing what's going on.
Then never mind. We won't talk too much because I was gonna
No,
talk
I don't,
about.
I'm not. I don't care. Go
Okay, here's my problem with Hot D because I unfortunately didn't
A
get.
problem.
I didn't have a. It's just a tiny problem. I unfortunately
Oh
didn't get
my
a chance
God.
to react with the team because when I got back from Chicago, my I was gonna say I'm gonna take a nap and then I'm gonna wake up and go to work. That didn't happen. I missed phone calls and missed 2 phone calls. I slept through my alarm. It was just horrible.
You acting
You
like
wanna-
you in your 20s.
Well,
Right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to tell him why?
Well,
No, because you
We've
closed out.
established
You closed out a certain.
He was drank.
yeah.
You closed out a certain club.
Yeah, I closed down Electric Hotel. We went to go see Autograph, a dude from Germany. And then they had another reggaeton DJ, which it was just a fun night. I'm not gonna complain about it.
I'll
too
tell
much.
you what. I mean, like the vibes were definitely. I mean, it was a good time. I don't blame you, but
Yeah.
you came back at like 6.
Yeah, I can't. But I wasn't. When I can't, I've been drinking, but I wasn't like a belligerent drunk. Like like I was able to figure out how to get back and everything. But no, yeah, it just took me a lot. I guess that took a lot out of me, and I passed out through Hot D. But my issue with Hot D was like, I guess a lot of people were hyping it up, and like the ending was cool, like how the twist. Like I didn't mind the twist, but I thought it was gonna be like, I really wanted like a bigger person, like a bigger head to die, not just the kid. Like I wanted like a bigger. I know Aegon was not gonna die, but maybe his brother, Aemon. I know he wasn't gonna die because like he's like a fanfare, but I thought his brother could die. You know,
The king?
The king. You know, I was
Bruh.
hoping for something like that.
Not in episode 1.
Yeah, but everyone was treating like Red Queen. So I mean, not Red Queen, Red Wedding.
Wedding.
I mean, I think it was pretty unexpected, but the thing, okay, I'm kind of, I don't really care about like this person's gonna die, and you might not know about it. Like it's like the unpredictability is kind of predictable now. It's like they can only do that so much before it's just like, okay, cool, he died. I'm more
It
worried.
doesn't shock you anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, that cool twist. Like,
Yeah. They
that-
ended the bloodline.
That's what
And,
this
you know,
show
they-
is. It's a bunch of twists after twists, and it is cool. But like I'm more worried about just like the writing and like the flow of the story, and like all that. I really liked, her one line. I want Aemon Targaryen. That was pretty sick.
That was
Rhaenyra.
yeah.
That was pretty sick.
Emma Darcy.
And but yeah, I mean, like regardless,
How you remember all the names.
the kid, it was unexpected. I didn't expect them to actually like accomplish what they did, because like they're just strolling in, like, all right.
So, based off the comments on our YouTube reaction, apparently the people that have read the books, are familiar with the scene, and they know that it's much like, I guess, psychologically gruesome, because in the scene, Alicent is in the room as well, and they're like, make them pick, like they did make her pick, but they make them pick in like a different kind of way.
Ooh.
And they literally are in the room as they're like doing the slicing, and it's
Ooh.
so it's like done differently. And I guess a lot of people complained about how toned down it was, but like you still heard the fucking.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's
I don't want to see a
it's
little
literal
baby
kid, guys.
fucking.
We
get
can't-
his head chopped off.
We can't be this desensitized to violence.
Come
It's like,
on.
oh, they didn't even show the
I
kid
know.
getting
That-
beheaded.
literally-
You're not even gonna show
Well,
the
you-
kid getting beheaded.
Game
I'm
of
a little
Thrones-
concerned.
Game of Thrones has done that to where people are desensitized
Right,
like
because
that.
we saw
That's
a
what-
little girl
Yeah.
burning alive, and she was screaming that whole. I think that's what people wanted. Like, remember like when she.
That's what the show's known for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people are
And-
now just like,
like-
yeah, that's realistic. That's what a child burning sounds like. It's like, why do we need to know that shit?
Yeah.
But also, it's fucking sick. So
But no, I mean, I think it's just. I think the bigger deal is just like it just sets up the season. I mean, there's, not like 2 kids dying on both sides immediately throws any reasonability out the window. Like it's just gonna be pure just
Chaos.
rage and violence now. And
well, it's to
I'm-
stop your next line of like kingship or some shit, isn't it? At that point for them.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like these 2 families feuding, and in an ideal world, fucking duke it out. But they're gonna send their people, and it's
Yeah.
like it's like it's the people who have nothing to do with anything that usually suffer the most.
Also-
so.
hate one character in that show, and I hope he gets it the next episode. Sir Kristen Cole, whatever his name is.
Crispy Cole.
I hate. He had two-faced
the
motherfucker,
crusty ass
man.
buddy.
He's so slimy.
Yeah, he's a
He's
two-faced
a
motherfucker,
fucking-
bro. I hate him. Like you're doing exact same shit that you were.
I know he doesn't wash his dick.
He
Oh,
didn't. He
no.
did. He put his clothes back on right away.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
No
it
man.
seals,
yeah.
seals in the flavor.
Crusty ass.
And then
He's
if
just
you guys,
marinating balls like ball soup on the way.
so I was watching this at late night. So if you guys could help me out, I forget the queen, the real, she was supposed to be the next heiress, but she wasn't because she was a sister of Viserys, and then she was married to a husband who was black. And then I saw Damon in the last
Rhaenys?
Rhaenys, yeah.
Yeah.
Her husband, what's his name again?
He starts with V.
Him. I remember last season when they ended it, like Damon cut his head off,
Yeah.
and he came back. So how did that
How'd he
work?
come back?
Wait, what?
Didn't he come back in
again?
this episode?
What?
Remember
No.
there was like he cut his
What?
head
No,
off.
that's not the same guy,
That's
bro.
not the same
not the
guy.
same guy?
That's
Right.
not the
Same
same
guy.
black person, bruh.
Because I saw
my God.
patch it up.
Not the same
This
guy. Yeah, dude,
guy.
they patched it up.
Wow.
they took the half
That's
of
why I
his
was like,
head.
how did they patch that up?
It'd be your
So then
own
who is
Then
you
it's
am I
like-
thinking of?
A severely older person than the
Someone-
It's
Sunshine
like-
said that's the brother.
That's the brother, okay.
It's
so,
the
you
brother's
know, there's
brother.
some similarities, perhaps. No, I was more excited to see.
Corliss.
Corliss.
I mean, we saw Winterfell, dude, and he was carrying ice, right?
Yeah.
Right? That was ice, right? Marquetta, was that?
yes.
That was
yes,
ice, right? He
yes.
was carrying ice, dude. Oh my god, I'm more excited to see that shit.
I want to see
Yeah,
more
it's
Winterfell.
Nice. Those little Easter eggs are nice.
Yeah, I want.
Yeah.
I want to see the Starks in this.
I feel like maybe because I
Embroilment.
came into Game of Thrones so late that it didn't have as much impact on me because I don't even know the value of these places like
What do you mean?
Winterfell and
So
Okay,
so
Castle Rock.
I think you just
Yeah.
have to honestly just be amidst people that like know the. I've never read the books, but like we have enough knowledge amongst us that we know a lot of lore outside of the show.
almost too much. One person
But
said
it's
to
so
me
good.
out loud, I like Game of Thrones more than Lord of the Rings
Oh,
because it's
100%.
more historically accurate.
Oh,
Is it historically accurate?
100%.
No,
No, it's-
dragons and shit. That's
No,
all
no,
fake.
it's
No,
more-
no.
It's-
But the lineage and the politics, it is based
Yeah.
off of a War of the Roses.
What's
You
War
take
of the
that.
Roses?
Game of Thrones.
People
It's-
really wanted those
So War
flowers,
of Roses
man.
It
really
was a-
happened in real life?
It was a conflict in like
People just
medieval
want them flowers, my guy.
England.
That's probably what he meant to say.
Yeah.
Man said it
I
like he
mean-
was getting factual information from it.
Historically analogous.
The only like fantasy part of Game of Thrones is the dragons, and like here and there's some kind of magic.
and
As
the
far as
demon
lineage
demon
goes and all
shadow
that.
baby,
but then
which they were just like,
I mean,
we'll
if-
never revisit that.
yeah, if we're comparing this to Lord of the Rings, it's completely. I think there's like two completely separate genres of fantasy.
Yeah,
Because
I think
you
fiction
have
and
fucking
fiction.
Yeah.
walking trees and undead fucking.
yeah,
I forgot their names.
yeah.
Well, White Walkers?
No,
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say we also have walking ice creatures, and
So I know all this
Like,
lore
yeah,
seems
what's the line?
overwhelming, but like over time, as it like it will be harder now because like we were getting it drip fed week by week as the show came out,
Yeah.
and then once we saw the
Book by book.
episode, then the comments would fill us in on all the extra lore. So like it will be harder now, but it's fucking worth it, dude. It's a great
You know,
man. Wait till you have seen the whole show and then you learn about Night of the Laughing Tree. That whole remember Night of the Laughing Tree?
Wait, what?
It's connected to Game of Thrones. I
I
can't
didn't
tell
know.
you about it because then
Uh,
it'll be
In this last episode, they dropped some lore about Castle Rock, and that
Yeah.
song. Maybe you guys already knew that before me. Before they dropped, before that episode, I did not know that how like creepy that song was. I was cool as fuck. How they murdered everybody.
oh the Reigns of Castamere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just
That's
realized.
that's why they played it at Red Wedding. It's like
Oh.
when you hear that song, you're
I just
you're
now
like,
realized that
The
from
band
this
started
episode.
playing
Bruh.
it, and then he was
it's
like,
in the lyrics.
Listen,
it's in the lyrics.
I'm
dog.
not a historian, all right.
You know what? You just had to listen. No, yeah, that they killed off a lineage and they made that song.
Oh,
So,
so
like,
badass.
So if you hear that song, that's the last thing you're gonna hear.
it
Like
rem-
it's not something they play for fun.
it reminds me of the guy from The Wire when he whistles and then he's
Yeah,
coming.
Omar.
yeah, it's
Omar.
Omar. Yeah, that's
Omar
yeah.
coming.
Castle
Damn,
Rock
so-
coming.
so the band had a song.
Yes.
So anytime someone comes to dinner, they have dinners with just everyone
Yeah,
every once in
it
a while.
was-
But
it-
anytime they're like, "Hey,
That
hit
was
that
the
shit.
yeah.
It's
That was the
like-
telltale sign of like, oh, why are they playing that?
damn!" So no one
Uh-oh.
outside of the family that basically started the song knows the song because there's no survivors.
I
Ever,
mean,
right?
I'm sure it's been played. I'm sure they would play it to be like, don't make us play this. Like, we'll let you hear it one time
Don't make us drop
so you
that
know what it
heat.
sounds like, but don't you make me don't make me hit replay. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know how it's like known, but like, yeah, that's you don't want to hear that song.
You know, me and Chris just literally before this episode came out, we watched a video about Game of Thrones and
Mhm.
how, like, revisiting Game of Thrones basically, and how from 7 to 1, like, which by characters, which ones got like butchered the most towards the end. And guess who was number 1?
Who?
Daenerys fucking Targaryen.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I was just watching this. I'm like, this is exactly everything I said. Like, why didn't they? Like they could have, fucking before she lost her mind, they could have been like, waiting for these fucking bells. Where are the fucking bells?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
the
we need-
scorpions are shooting at me.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get rid of one of the scorpions. What if the scorpion is in the middle of Flea Button with all the kids around it? You know what I mean? Like, they could have done it in a way that wouldn't be fucking. Well, I am Targaryen, so therefore I am crazy, and I'm gonna go and burn the whole city down. Like, come
D&D
on.
I just I can't I can't believe how badly they fumbled their career. Like even though, okay, I still hold George responsible because like finished the books, but
nope.
he also did want to like keep consulting, and he told them like let's go to at least season 12. Like he
Exactly.
he did say this needs more time, and they're like, nah, man, we got Star Wars to get fired from.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all. He had nothing to do with this. This is all D&D. Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and
Mhm.
Dumber.
That movie was good.
Dumb and Dumber.
No, D&D.
D&D.
Yeah, the D&D movie was actually
Dude,
good.
that was a
yeah,
great
that was a
movie.
great movie.
I
Yeah,
forget
we
what
lo-
happened
we,
to the
we
reaction.
lost
Something messed up with the
reaction to
footage,
it,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Hopefully we could. I probably
It
never.
was a
We
good-
probably won't rewatch
It was a good reaction too.
Yeah,
Fucking.
it was.
What was the bird guy's name?
Oh my god,
Brandon?
the judge or
Yeah, it starts
whatever.
with a J.
It was something. It was like a normal name, but said weirdly.
I forget it too.
Started with a J. I know what you're talking about.
D&D, the movie.
Jonathan.
Jonathan,
yeah.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Is
Jonathan.
Jonathan not gonna be
Jonathan.
here? Jonathan's supposed
That
to be
movie
here.
is
Jonathan,
like,
dude.
this is like the type of movie that I love so much.
Yeah,
And
same.
it reminded me of Men in Tights.
Yeah.
Just like this silly shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just
movies that-
goofy.
Yes, I love it.
It knew what it was, and it knew just to be serious enough. You know.
It also knows that we're all secretly afraid of Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Michelle
I'm
Rodriguez
afraid
did.
of her, but I'm also like very attracted.
Yeah,
to her.
it's a weird boner.
Yeah, yeah.
Strange chub.
Well, let's talk about the Talking Normies podcast movie of the week. We only got a little bit of time. Snowpiercer. I'm gonna
We-
just do a quick
got time. We got time.
synopsis, real quick. Is that how you say it?
Synopsis.
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 What?
Synopsis.
Synopsis.
Synop.
Synopsis.
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 It's
So
wild
you're
that
adding,
people
you're
have
adding
that-
an
that
extra
S.
I.
I don't
Synopsis.
know why you do that.
Synop. Pause. Sis.
Synop.
Sis.
What about
Synopsis.
synopsis?
Synopsis.
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 Hey, we did it.
I got it.
Kenny speech therapist
Oh
confirmed.
yeah, she a teacher for sure. All right. In the future, where a failed climate change experiment has killed all life except survivors who are on board the Snowpiercer, a train that travels around the globe, a new class system emerges. This movie is also directed by Bong Joon-ho. Hopefully, I said that.
Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho. He's done other great movies like The Parasite, which I really
Yeah.
liked.
Yeah. I didn't know that before watching this. Like before just now.
And well, speaking of Parasite, sorry, ADHD thought process. Parasite the Maxim, they turned that into a live action. I heard it was pretty good.
Is that the
With
like,
the
It's,
hand.
it's an anime. Dude,
Yeah.
it's a really good anime.
Talk
too.
to
Yeah, I
me.
started,
really,
I
really
started
good
watching
anime.
the live
Well,
action.
I don't know if it's anime because I
Same
think it's
world
Kore-
around
It might
around
be Korean.
the
I don't know.
Parasite thing? Same like
Nah,
no,
completely
no,
different. It's
totally
actually
different,
kind of
totally
disgusting.
different,
Do you want to
totally
finish the synopsis?
and the stars. I did not realize this until like 15 minutes or 20 minutes into the movie, but Chris Evans, Captain America was in it. Jamie Bell and
He looks
Tilda
no
Swinton. He did not look like Captain America.
He,
He looked like Chris Evans.
No, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Yeah, he did. You got me there.
Who did you think it was for the
I
first
was
15
expecting it
minutes?
look like Captain America, but Captain America's hair. I didn't like. When I think of Chris Evans,
Okay,
like,
okay. Be honest. Was this you for the first 15 minutes?
no, I was on the podcast. I was watching the movie with the stream.
You watched it live?
I was watching it live. I had to put my phone away, so I was paying attention.
God.
I was paying attention.
You should have lied because I would have been like, okay, I can see how you didn't notice. But
Like,
you
no,
said-
but you were paying attention.
But
and
not,
missed
yeah.
it.
So
Well,
that's worse.
To be fair, he thought Corliss was killed.
and
beheading.
came back. Yeah, just came back
So
like,
I'll
whoa,
believe this.
it's a bad day.
This movie came out in 2013, which I was shocked that it came out in 2013. It seemed like a more of a newer movie
Mhm.
because of the concept of it.
It's almost like we don't try anymore.
No.
That is true.
Yeah.
Same thing in video games. We don't try anymore. I saw you playing a game from like almost a decade ago, and I was
Yeah,
like, did
Splinter
this just
Cell,
come out? Because it looks
Blacklist.
amazing.
Yeah,
You're like,
the-
no, it's old. It's been,
Right, it's
it's
been
been
old.
here.
We're waiting for a new one.
No, this was a fantastic movie.
But I'll just give my quick thoughts on the movie. I love this types of movie. I think I started liking these types of movies because of being with the normies. I got it, like I usually would not watch this type of stuff, but Parasite
turned-
platform.
We turned Pat into a communist.
Hey.
I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
don't like how you guys turned me into a commie.
yeah, dude, fucking socialism, like fucking just trying to make life better for everyone. over
I used to be a
Everyone
big time capitalist, man.
Who wants affordable health care?
and now I do.
Who wants fucking basic human rights for all?
I always want
all
basic
classes
human
of
rights,
people?
but
Fucking socialists.
I hated how the classes system formed on the train, which I guess this is what the whole movie was about. And the whole time I was just thinking about, like, I don't care who the rich people are. I don't care who's in front of the train. I don't care what good they have done. I don't care if they're like scholarly or like they provided so much to the culture
Well-
and society. But I want all of them dead.
Yeah, no, that's the point. Is like they haven't done anything to earn
Yeah,
that. It's
there's
the illusion of like being better than other people. There's
Mhm.
there's two scenes that stuck out to me in this movie, and as I'm saying it, I forgot one of them. I was like, which one am I gonna talk about?
Is it the scene with the mob, the fascist fucking soldiers?
Yeah, no, that was really cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what I was gonna say. Three actually. There's three moments in this film that really stuck out to me. First of all, it was really cool just to see like the set pieces of the
Yes.
whole train and how they really made you feel like you were there.
Mm-hmm.
The first scene that was really cool was the shoe speech.
Yeah, I hated her. I hated
Be
her.
a
Yes.
shoe, cause like, yeah, I don't want to be over dramatic, but this is kind of what we're headed towards if Trump wins. Okay,
Yeah.
hey, this is sort of what we're headed towards. Okay, so the shoe speech was really good because it lays out the mentality of
The front of the train.
the front of the train and the fucking fascists that are just like I was born into money, so I'm important. the second moment that stuck out to me is the fight with the guards, but how everyone had to stop.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when when the Earth decides enough is enough, like fuck around and find out, like sides aren't gonna matter. I love how they had to, like, they were forced to cooperate when the Earth was like, all right, well, I'm gonna fuck you guys up now.
Yeah.
You know, like when nature hits, all that shit goes out the window. It's like, okay, guys, chill. Like they don't.
Okay, we have to see.
Wait,
past
wait
these.
5 minutes before you stab me. And then the third moment that stuck out to me is the juxtaposition of like the train conductor guy that got killed when he was held hostage versus the guy's
Back
friend
in the front.
who got killed, because it was both were sacrificial but for different reasons. Like the guy was like, hey, you know, he was like pleading with his boss to be like, they're gonna kill me if you don't do what they say, and she's like, fuck, I don't care, dude.
And she stopped it when she was her life.
Yeah, and so like the whole, like, the front of the train lives under this illusion of like, yeah, we're loyal to each other, we're better than everybody, but it's like they all hate each other too. Like there's loyalty is in
True.
Huh?
I feel like the people in the fucking tail end were more
Loyal.
more like solidarity.
Yeah.
Had more solidarity.
That,
Oh, yeah,
that-
they're
no,
better.
that's what I'm saying. Like the front of the train, like the guy, she's been working with that guy forever, and he was like,
Yeah.
I thought you cared about me, and she's like, I never did.
I never
You're-
said that.
You're
Ernie.
gonna die. And then when the guy's friend was dying, he was like, this is bigger than you. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't want you to die, but this is bigger than you. I had
Yeah.
So it was two different sacrifices for completely different reasons.
Mhm.
This is a great movie. It's a very, very, very good movie. Very,
I
very
love.
good movie.
Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I'm just sitting
Oh,
here.
cool. I love. I love like movies when they put you into a world that's just it's completely unreal, but it's just like you're set in it. Like, oh shit, like yeah, this is some real shit. Like this could
This
happen.
could happen for real.
Yeah, like when he finally sits down and starts talking about one, I guess two scenes that popped out to me. One, when we find out what the protein bars are made out of,
Oh, God.
everyone's got to die.
Yeah.
That's
Why
it.
why they eating sushi and shit like
Bro,
that?
everyone's
Steaks
got to
and shit and
fucking
eggs?
go.
Ooh, yeah,
Ain't
I
no
agree.
way.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then in the end, when he's telling him like, one, this was your destiny to get up here, and I wanted you to be up here, and this is how the train works and why, and this is my engine. I was like, wow, okay, I think he's gonna turn, and
I
then
thought he was gonna turn too.
then you see he was like, oh yeah, well we can only use 5-year-olds for the mechanics and labor. I was just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this?
I
Like,
didn't-
so it just
Bro.
keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
like-
but the story of how it all started and when after the first month they ate the week and he's like, I hate that I know that baby stays there. Like all that, I
Yeah.
was like, yo, this one, he's acting his ass off. Like he's fucking nailed this entire movie.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
side story of who's the guy that made the bomb? The drug. He was a
No,
drug addict, but not a
yeah,
drug addict.
I know. Fuck, I started with it.
Was Mon or something like that?
I'm forgetting his name.
I forgot his name too. Look it
Yeah.
up. But yeah, he was dope because like I thought he was the whole time was doing drugs, but he wasn't. He was
Yeah.
just saving those.
Yeah, to make the bomb.
And then
the-
again, that's a thing to like like when people say when like if people are like him, they just think of him as a drug addict and they just count him off and don't think about like he may have grander plans or anything like they just write people off like that.
Yeah, not paying attention.
Yeah.
When he was like, yo, there's a plane down there, and I only saw the tail before, but now I see a lot more of it, I'm thinking it's getting warmer, and everyone else is just like, nonsense. I was like, yo, bruh, spitting. Like, we should really listen to this.
Mhm.
It sucks. The movie damn near ends in failure.
So
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
That was the rest of humanity gone. It's just 2 people and a polar bear so far now on Earth.
The
Yeah.
polar bear's like,
What are those?
Snack
Right. Looking for something to
my
eat for me
Uber
to-
arrived.
right.
I was gonna say that
Uh,
I was watching this for the second time, so I was able to like catch a little bit more, and I never considered the fact that they could have just fucking like taken that tail end off if they didn't have enough resources to feed everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They could have just abandoned the tail end, but they didn't because they needed those fucking 5-year-olds.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, they need the
They
kids.
were literally just breeding. They were just breeding people so they could have that one spare part. And
Yeah.
just it's a lot. What
Also,
do you guys think that
the-
like is a reference to?
That I think it's just refers to our working class. I think people are just forced to have kids, so they have to do these minimum wage
So they
jobs.
don't
Well-
have that choice.
could be.
I think it's just like
I think
metaphor for just society in general.
there is I mean, I don't want to get too doom and gloom over here, but child labor is very real in many different countries.
Yep.
I mean, our phones are probably made with children's hands, and most of our clothes. And I mean, as much as I personally try to buy in a way that I avoid owning pieces that are made with that, but you literally can't. You can't, because companies are not transparent about their logistics and resources. So I think for me, the kids being used as parts to literally the engine is just like, that's how capitalism works. You need to have subjugated class, because if you don't have that, then you don't have the 1%. They don't exist without the subjugated class.
So is there, and like they're
The
talking.
train doesn't move anymore if you don't have them. That's why they never got rid of them.
Also,
They never helped them out either.
wasn't the guy that was beside Chris Evans, there was a guy leading the revolt as well, but he was also in cahoots with Ed Harris.
Yeah, they did the
They
back
were
of the
working
train.
together. That was even more fucked up to me. I was like, how the fuck is he preaching shit like this? But then he's okay, because like the
to
reason.
help keep the order, keep status quo.
Yeah, but that's fucking stupid, because keeping status order means like you're killing. Like they create these revolutions just for population control.
Yeah.
which is just
Yeah.
which is happening right now.
I think people
War is an
are-
industry.
In general, people are afraid of the unknown, and I think that people have a hard time imagining a future post-capitalism under a different system. And I mean, I think that historically we've just narrowed our options to either capitalism or socialism or some kind of communism. But I mean, there's like other ways, it's not an axis, like a straight axis.
Capitalism could work if we just had regulation and caps.
Well, then
on
it's
things.
socialism. Then you're
Okay.
talking about
Well
socialism.
then, I'm a
Well.
socialist. Well then, I'm a socialist.
Because
but
the,
I
the,
feel like
the
I'd be.
essence of capitalism is the free market, and
But-
regulation go directly against the idea
Okay,
of free
so-
market.
I just don't know what's so wrong with being like, okay, you can earn as much money as you want, up to $500 million.
Yep.
Okay, you can be a 500 millionaire.
You get a diploma, you did a good
no,
job.
yeah, you
your
no
money
more
gets
than that.
donated.
Okay, whatever you,
Yeah,
whatever,
you did it.
whatever you earn past that, we're gonna put it into fucking
Healthcare.
School.
healthcare,
School.
school, public infrastructure, public transportation. Like it's just, dude, yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
it's because of legacy. A lot of people think of having so much money to do,
Yeah,
because
and-
the guy
and-
was even saying in his movie,
and
the
those
movie
and
is he's trying to leave a legacy because he has no kids.
yeah, and
So-
and those people can go feet first into the food processor. That's what I think of your fucking legacy, you piece of goddamn
God,
shit,
that's
dude.
So funny.
Sorry.
No, I don't think that it's. I don't know what the amount is, but I do think that there is an amount of money that once you reach that amount, then maybe you won. You get a medal.
did
it. Yeah.
You get a diploma.
Well,
you get a handshake.
Why
you
don't they get a country?
You get
know
a
what?
medal of honor.
you know what? We will straight up destroy the fucking presidential monument, and instead we'll turn it into like a
Dude.
Billionaires row.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
turn
have-
we'll, we'll turn it into like an employee of the month plaque, and we'll add one name at a
Yes.
time. There you go. You're immortalized, you piece of
We'll
shit.
have firework for you every month, but you know what? You're not keeping your money past that point.
Fireworks just reminded me of the Chicago thing. Sorry, I'm gonna deviate. But yeah, no, I don't understand. Like, you can have as much money as you want, but let's just cap it, dude. Okay, lobbying needs to go away.
Oh my God.
Like, it's just very commonsensical things that one side has a vested interest to not let happen, and they mix religion with it to make it a morality argument. I also really want to see a huge crackdown on separation of church and state.
Mm-hmm.
I hate every single politician, whether Democratic or Republican or independent or libertarian or whatever the
Well.
fuck. If you mention any god, fuck you. I don't care. I don't care. What are you going to do for the country? I don't give a shit about your religion. I don't impose your shit on me, dude. Like, I hate this country for not following the Republicans are all about the fucking Constitution. Follow it, you fucking asshole. But past the first two, there's a lot more on the fucking
Yeah.
document, asshole.
Well, to bring this back to Snowpiercer, I think I think the religious aspect, like religion and state, are merged together because they worship Wilbur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids in class are taught to, like he's the god,
Yep,
right? Like
yep.
he saved them. And so you have zero separation of religion and government. And obviously we see where that leads to through this movie. I love this movie.
I did too, and I feel like there was so many even though they only had one cart, there were more people in the poor people than there are the upper class, because the upper class had multiple carts, but there were fewer people of them. Like, it is possible to overtake the system, but I don't know why we don't try it.
It lies with the proles.
The proles?
What does that mean?
1984, George Orwell. That's like the subjugated class in that book. They're called.
Oh, they're called proles.
they're
I
called
read
the-
it so long
Yeah,
ago.
the power lies with the proles. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. All it takes is like a unified effort to be like, okay, let's just fucking charge.
Let's
it.
just, like,
let's just
Do what
charge
they
at them.
did.
But how you gonna convince an entire a city if collectively we were like, let's just charge them? There's nothing they can do. But like, people have families and like, there's no way.
It is hard. I ain't gonna
There's no
lie.
way to
Yeah.
get an entire population that like. That's the thing is like things need to get as fucked up as they did for them to be like, okay, enough is enough. Like, unfortunately, there's a lot of things we're gonna allow to let happen before it gets to that point of like enough is enough, and that's the scary part of it.
I have a controversial proposal for this podcast.
Yeah.
I know you guys do movies, but there is no adaptation of this story in movie form. But I think what you should do,
There's a show.
because this
form.
book is only 60 pages long, okay,
Oh
think-
Lord,
is Animal Farm.
Ooh.
the game?
Wait, that's
no.
only 60
That's Animal
pages?
Crossing.
I'm
Oh.
pretty. It's a fairly short book.
Really?
I think it's like
I
60
thought it was like a
or
longer
70
book.
pages.
20-minute
And
audiobook.
it is a very easy read, and it's literally about this.
I think
But
there might be
The
an
capitalists are
animated.
pigs.
I don't think there's a direct cinematic thing for Animal Farm, but there might be a animated. I think there's something. I think there's something.
Yeah, but that's like for kids. It's no. You guys should read the book. It's literally 60 pages. You can do it. I believe in you.
Thanks,
you have
Getty.
the power.
I think we could do it.
Yeah,
Hell, we could turn that into a segment where we, you remember out loud reading in
I'm down.
I hate it outright.
In
I got so
school-
much anxiety doing the popcorn reading. I was like, please don't
No,
call
no,
me.
no.
I would
Why?
read
Why?
ahead.
No,
Because the words I don't understand or don't know how to pronounce, I'll be reading ahead. So somebody popcorn
Oh, yeah.
agrees with me. I'll be reading 2 pages and I don't pay attention to the
Yep.
reading at all.
Yep.
Bro, I hate.
What
Do
are
not
we-
bring me
wait,
back to
what are we
anxiety.
talking
It
about?
sounds like you should just pay attention and read
It-
along with
it
the
was
class
called,
instead of reading
okay,
on your
I
own.
was talking about out loud reading where the teacher just reads at you.
Oh,
But there's
Oh.
there's popcorn reading
Oh, I hated
where
that.
where and it would be for like in biology, like they just fucking tell me the fucking
It's
information.
because the teacher didn't want to read.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
He
so,
was like,
so
you guys fucking do this
if
yourself.
the teacher was teaching us something and we had to read like a couple of pages of information from the textbook, we would do
That's
popcorn.
homework.
No-
Why are you doing that in class?
No, we would do popcorn reading to make it interactive and be like, "Hey,
Oh,
Marquetta,
Lord.
you read the first paragraph. You read up till it says."
This explains so much.
and then it goes to the
and
next,
it's random pick.
and then the second student. Okay, you read the next
Oh, no.
paragraph.
No, you get to
popcorn,
pick.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
person
as a
gets to
student, you
pick.
pick. You
Oh,
normally
right.
pick your
Student pick
friend.
is
we
pick.
would do that sometimes, but for like few paragraphs, not
Not-
pages.
Bro, I
No, yeah.
hated it. I was like,
It'd
oh.
be like
You know.
3 pages, but
That's
it'd be like
wild.
12
Yeah, so
paragraphs.
everybody
And these
with
people here
ADHD
didn't want to give me certification to be a teacher. I swear to God.
because
Unbelievable.
you're probably overqualified.
Yeah.
they're like,
Unbelievable.
sorry,
You're gonna make our students smarter.
sorry, we can't have you coming in and improving things. We
Right.
have to. We have to. We're not gonna get our budget if we don't keep things shitty.
Bro, yeah, we're not bringing back popcorn. We're not too much anxiety. Ah, hell no.
Yeah. Well, that's what that the current state of the country is what happens when you erode education. So, yeah, have
It takes one
fun,
generation to get
America.
it back on track. I'm working on it.
Yeah. I do think the Gen Zers are going to help get that shit back together.
I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so.
Because
Yeah.
they
have
have so
faith.
much like
I
This
have
is why we must
information.
protect TikTok.
Yeah, must and I just saw something on Instagram that a California real estate Mongol is trying to buy TikTok, and he wants to TikTok algorithm. He wants to buy it because he wants to change. He's afraid of the kids of their anxiety and the depression. He wants to change it, so he wants to buy it and change it. Go ahead.
I literally, it reminds me of, I was listening to NPR this morning, and they were talking about California law that literally forbids kids from bringing phones to school. And honestly, that is such a great idea.
Yeah.
I
agree.
I
It's
wouldn't
distracting. It's
wouldn't have any problem with
fucking
that.
stupid. Like, they were like, we need to treat social media as like nicotine addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally yes, because these companies, Facebook, we know has a dopamine department. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
they have a like they have departments to study how their content affects brain chemistry and like the speed of the scrolling and like it's very it's designed to be addicting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't want to be the lame adult of be like, put your phones away, but yeah, put your fucking phones away, dude. Fucking pay attention.
I agree.
Like, pay fucking attention.
Touch grass.
There'll be
Yeah.
also be less bullying without phones too at school.
Bullying's on a new level now, dog. I can't even imagine. I'm glad boy. Oof. I'm glad. I am glad I was out of school before smartphones were a thing, dude. That I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I remember playing Monopoly on my little flip phone in class.
I was playing the snake on the Nokia.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I felt super cool because we
We
had
couldn't
Verizon,
text
so I
fast
downloaded
enough
the
because
game.
we had T9.
Bro, what?
T9.
Yo.
Give me a T9
was
phone
so
right now. I will
fast.
slap through that thing, eyes closed. Like, oh my god, I miss T9 so much. It was so much fun.
Yo, hey, that would be
It's
a
a type
fun.
of Morse code.
That would be a fun segment. Okay, we need to bring a couple of young people and have them T9 text.
They
And
can't.
I will whoop
and
ass.
don't even explain to them. Be like, and just say send hello.
Bro, and you know it's weird because like I see things like that. And I feel like T9 has just injected a pattern recognition in myself to where anything I see where I'm like, oh, if you touch that 3 times, it'll do that letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't see how kids can see this and just be like, how do I type on it? Like, what are you talking about, stupid? No, okay.
She is a fugly slut.
Oh, I was watching a video where they were saying like Gen Z. There is a little bit of a gap in between, like the technologies they're growing up with and the technologies that are still somewhat standard in the corporate world. Like when they enter the corporate world, they're like, wait, not everything is on like a
Not everything's touchscreen.
yeah, not every yeah exactly. So they're like, what the fuck? Like they I don't know if they are slow to learning certain things or we haven't caught up to them really. I mean, it's a little bit of both, but
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a gap. But yeah,
Wow.
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Also, there's a.
Good
I
deal.
did not in the chat. I found out there's also a TV show that expands even more in the world.
Yeah.
It's 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
I
That might
bet
actually be
I
sick.
bet it's
They said we
about
should react to
the-
it.
Yeah, I bet it's about like the beginning and like the previous
Probably.
revolts.
It's got to be.
Yeah, 'cause there's a little bit of a history of like what
There's a
went down.
lot they could do there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
I'm
like, why they turn
curious.
it into a show? But I get it. I get it.
I don't know. To me, this movie is like a very close to my heart, and I'm kind of afraid to watch the show.
Yeah,
that
I
it
feel
would,
you on
like
that.
ruin it for me. I heard good things about the show, but
Yeah, I
I
was about to
just
say I'll
don't
give it an
know.
episode or two. Like,
I feel like this was a great movie, and I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoy like Parasite and Platform, like this type of stuff. But I don't know if I could do 4 seasons of this because it would just make you more depressed. Like you
Ooh,
know
Platform was the hardest one to watch for me.
oh my god,
that shit was
yeah.
That
nuts.
was rough.
That was roughin'. That was roughin'.
No,
Wait.
what was Suicide Club?
Suicide Club, that was good.
What is
Oh, I
that?
think we did that. Did we react to it? Was like Suicide Club or Suicide Pact or something. We either reacted to it or
Oh,
we
the
did.
Uh-huh.
Japanese.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
that
No,
one
bro,
fucked me
that-
up.
No.
Japanese movie. Yeah, that was a.
We don't talk
Yeah,
about
Suicide
that.
Yeah, that was a.
Yeah,
We don't talk about
Yeah,
that.
that
That was
movie
a
didn't burn
mistake.
up.
That was a weird one.
I don't know why we watched
That was a
it.
strange one.
yeah.
Just the only part that gets me about that is when you go and you see like she's making food and she keeps going and I'm like, please don't.
Yeah,
Please don't.
it's like,
And
do
they're
we know what you're gonna do?
Zoom in and I'm like,
She's gonna.
that's all like that.
Yeah, dude.
Movie's
That was,
terribly
there's
wild.
some there's some weird movies out there. You know, I watch movies like that and I'm like, I'm glad that this guy made it, but like how do you think of something so dark and pitch it to a team of people without them being like, we should call the police, right?
Have you-
Yeah, we should definitely get him
we
checked.
should call the police because this guy's
Like,
fucking insane.
How
right?
did you
Like,
pitch
how do you-
the first Saw or Purge movie?
Right, like there's some dark movies out there that have been made that needed a team full of people. There were meetings. There was a script read. There was casting. Through all that whole process, they were
Everyone
like,
just said, "Yeah, let's do
yeah,
it.
no, that's a great idea for a movie.
This is gonna be glorious."
I just, because I think of some fucked up scripts in my head sometimes, but I'm like, I'm not sharing that with anybody. That's
Yeah, no one
That's
can know
a-
about
that was
that
a-
thought.
I'm like, that was a fucked up thing you just thought of, man. That was call your therapist. Call your therapist.
Yeah,
Call your
Yeah.
therapist right now.
not a healthy
like
skit.
even in
But-
book form, like Stephen King and like Chuck Palahniuk, like
Oh yeah.
there's a certain courage to like be that dark and like also share it with people and then have them be like, "Wow, that was fucking dope, dude." It's like, oh,
Well,
Yeah, wow.
oh okay,
but
I got more.
I think there's a difference between like the darkness of Saw and the darkness of this movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like those are two different things.
There's
And I honestly appreciate when someone brings. I feel like Snowpiercer is such a great movie to explain classes,
Yeah.
social classes.
Yeah, it really.
Because it's like it's such
simplifies
a
it.
simple idea where you have like the one dude on top and the entire like one cabin,
Mhm.
and then you know in the end, the tail end, you have thousands of people that are literally just used for their children.
Their fuel.
Trickle down economics.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, it's such a perfect. I love this movie.
Yeah, at
And,
that point,
you know, it's dark, but I think it's relevant and it's important.
Yeah.
And if it simplifies, you know, fucked up things in a society, the better.
I long for the day where you can show a kid a movie like Snowpiercer and they're like, I don't get it, 'cause like society's improved.
Mhm.
They're like, wait, I don't. Wait,
Yeah, why? Are
wait,
people
this is a
doing
metaphor for how things used to be. I don't get it. Like,
Just
you
like,
know,
yeah,
like,
bro, we had to eat
I
kids.
hope for the day where stories like this are no longer
It won't be in our lifetime.
relatable or
You
relevant.
know, when I was in school, because you know I went to school in Czechia, and we have you know pretty bad history with communism and the occupation of Russia. That when we were watching like when we were reading on 19 what's it called
1984.
1984 George Orwell, you know, they were like this is about communism, and I'm like, but is it?
Yeah, are you sure about
Is
that?
it really? But you know, it's just like everything where like even Animal Farm, you know, like the pigs, they're like the bad guys. Spoiler alert.
Mhm.
But you know, they're like, yep, that's Stalin. And I'm like, because like we were when I was reading that, it was shit. I was in high school, so the U.S. invaded Iraq, and then you know all the news started coming out about all the fucking you know Al Ghraib or like whatever the prison was called, and I'm like, Stalin, you say? I mean, I know that awful, horrible things happened in that history as well, and my country also was a part of it. But I feel like narrowing it down to like one thing
Yeah.
when all of the different systems are clearly flawed. All
Well-
the existing ideas
well,
we've had about how the world should be run are flawed.
once you have a scapegoat for all of the world, they're like, oh yeah, no, they did it. Yep.
Yeah, that happened.
We didn't have anything. We wanted things to be better. We didn't contribute to that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What is? Do we have a list for our next week's podcast movie?
Oh yeah, next one. Who was?
Are we still on Shelby's?
Yeah,
month?
is it Shelby?
Yeah,
Shelby?
who chose the last movie? There's
So
one
it
more.
was we did Barbella,
Yeah, we did
Barbarella.
Barbarella.
Bottoms was awesome.
Bottoms,
was
and
great.
then we did a very dark movie.
There's one called Tops.
Is there?
Shut up.
Bottoms too.
Probably.
It's American Pie.
Right. Low key though, like literally, I did love Bottoms because it was just super bad.
I
done
loved.
this
I
year,
I would want to watch it again. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
That's it was like a legitimately hilarious movie.
Yeah, made perfectly for
I
its
can
time.
find a list of movies.
Oh, yeah, that's in,
let me, ooh. Let's Spawn. Let's watch
no,
Spawn.
Let's just run
I
Spawn.
think we're
We
doing
need
Shelby's
to
month.
think
We
for
got
it.
we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
to
yeah,
go
hold on, we got
Shelby's.
it in
Where's
there
Shelby?
somewhere.
Shelby's here. Shelby.
No.
Shelby.
wait. I have it.
What
I
was the
have
first
it.
movie that we watched for Shelby's week? That was very dark. We didn't like it.
Oh,
The war movie.
yeah, it's
Oh, I found it.
Okay, here we go.
I forget what.
So on Shelby's list, we have done Barbarella,
Mm-hmm.
Bottoms, and Snowpiercer. The other options are Hunt for the Wilder People,
Okay.
Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown,
Okay.
Past Lives,
Okay.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
Ooh.
Okja, and The Killing of Sacred Deer.
I like. Ooh.
I literally only know.
I
I
don't
haven't
know.
seen it, but I only know of Past Lives and
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I don't know. I'm not familiar with any of those, but if any of those are like super serious movies, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is such a beautiful, gorgeous film.
Is it
It's somewhat
with
light.
Tim Curry?
The first one
No.
was Zone of
It's
Interest.
it's Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey
Jim Carrey. Yeah,
and
I
Mark
think I've seen it.
Mark Ruffalo. It's
Yeah.
a very
Oh yeah,
it's a very unique concept. It's
it's a good movie.
not a rom-com. It's not really a comedy. It is a drama, but it's not like super dead serious drama. It's I wouldn't call it lighthearted either.
I've heard.
It's just unique. It's a very unique film, and it's a role that it's Jim Carrey plays.
Bit of a dystopia too.
Yeah.
I, about to say,
Jim
I thought it was
Carrey-
like it doesn't. Is there something with drugs in that movie or something like that, or isn't he?
Okay, I'll
Uh,
give you guys a synopsis. It's not a spoiler because it's the whole premise of the whole film. There is a medical procedure where you can erase certain parts of your memory. So if people are traumatized by something or carrying anything in their life that they want to forget, there's a medical procedure available that you can erase those
Yeah.
specific memories. And so that's all I'll say.
Yep.
And it's based around a love story. It's a great film, and how they visually represent things. Oh, I love that movie, dude. That's
also heard,
that's such a good movie. It's a great I've seen it, but I'd vote for that because it's like somewhat good vibes, and it's also sci-fi enough to like produce good conversations.
How about we go with which one is like a shorter movie? Because I feel like the last few movies, not the bottoms, but they've been on the longer.
I feel
end.
like Eternal is like a pretty like average.
They're all
length.
probably 2 hours.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
like
Women on the
Eternal's fairly
Verge of a
long,
Nervous
fairly long.
Breakdown was actually like hilarious.
Let's just watch it. I want something funny, man.
Yeah, do
Eternal Sunshine.
So maybe the
It's not like
women-
ha funny, but
the
it's
women
not
on
like
the
that.
verge of a nervous breakdown sounds pretty fun.
I
Honestly.
did.
Yeah, let's watch that.
Is that if that's a comedy, I'm down. For
Yeah,
that.
I need some comedy in my life.
Well-
But we have to watch Eternal Sunshine at some point, though.
We will probably make an announcement about
I
what
freaking
movie we
love that
decide
movie,
once we
man.
do a little bit of more research. But before, I wanted to recommend one more thing to you guys because I think this would be great content as well. You guys all should watch like piece by piece, not episode by episode because they are really short. But you guys should watch Fleabag. Maybe
Oh my god, I
have
love
a
Fleabag.
discussion of like 3 episodes at a time. It's so short. I think it's like 3. I think it's like the first episode is like 6 episodes.
Third season.
First season
Yeah,
is
it's
6
pretty short.
episodes. All the episodes are fairly short. It's the most funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire
Yeah.
life. It's the best.
Fleabag
And-
is solid comedy.
And fun fact, I was watching it. Chris just came home and he was high. And then at some point in this show, sometimes they address the camera. They like break the
Mhm.
fourth wall and then they talk to the camera. And there's one scene where it's usually just the main character that breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
And there's this one scene where this other character in the scene acknowledges the camera. And Chris literally just came home and he was high. And then the TV started talking to him and he was just like, it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I think you guys should watch it. It's so good.
It is, even if you just watch it on your own, yeah, it is solid.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how me and Bria stumbled on it, but like after the first 3 minutes of the first episode, we were just like,
Oh
"Yo,
my
she's
God.
fucking hilarious!"
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So
good
good.
dry like English humor.
I
type shit,
love
yeah.
those kinds of shows. There's another one.
Slut.
There's one with David Cross, but it is an English show. It's called the Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret.
Oh God, okay.
And it's like it's a quick 3-season show, and it's hilarious.
Just
It's-
chuckleable.
I
I love that.
couldn't even explain it to you. It's just funny.
All right, so I think we should watch The
Eternal Sunshine.
no, The Verge. The
Women on the verge of a nervous
yeah, I think
breakdown.
that's more. I want something funny.
Woman on the verge of a.
But I because I think we need to let them know ahead of time what to watch
Yeah.
for next week. So let's go with that one. But if Chris comes back and changes his mind, he's
no,
going to update
no,
you guys.
No,
You can't.
we're in control of the podcast
We are?
this week. Yep.
Hell yeah, it's a
Our-
comedy drama.
Take
Let's
over.
go.
Yeah, let's do the comedy drama.
My name is
Alright.
Naomi Nagata, and I am in control.
It's $3.99 on Amazon Prime.
Bet.
Ye-
Let's do that.
That's so much money.
It is. Bezos, chill out.
Yeah,
All
Bezos.
right.
All right,
Wow,
yeah.
yeah, seriously.
with
though.
ads.
Hey, Hunter, will you take us out and raid, please?
Yeah.
Get ready for the raid, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around. You've been great.
And I'll rant about Chicago on my way out. It's okay. Continue to close off. Did you know they do fireworks twice a week?
Yeah, just
I don't have
randomly.
the fucking.
That's probably also why they're here.
They have a fireworks budget in their city. They're just like, we're gonna do this twice a week.
We're just gonna explode shit.
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Wednesdays and Saturdays. Twice a week.
And those are expensive.
And those- yeah,
They're
they
like
have
20-minute
They have
shows.
a
That's why their
fireworks
air
boat,
quality
dude.
is ass.
They have a fireworks boat.